And ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, Skippy.
Hello, Joshua.
How are you?
I'm better than I was this weekend.
Excellent. Man, my headset volume is cranked up. Played the intro and it was blowing my eardrums out. And I changed the volume and I don't know that it made any difference. Oh, whatever.
Good.
Why are you shaking so much?
Well, it's because I moved my pewter.
A minor earthquake over on the east side of the state.
Well,
Get shook.
get shook.
Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez on the YouTube. Welcome.
He's doing a good job. Good.
He's doing a good job of what? Of being around, alive?
No, he's like one of the first guys I was there. He's on a
Good
streak,
job.
if you will.
He is on a streak. We do have 3 viewers on the YouTube. No one else has said hi because I imagine Fran's there. Mama Fran. But she's usually right on top of things as well. We are going to try to cut the show just a little bit shorter today. I have some personal things I have to get to. But yeah, we're going to shoot for about 10, 15-ish probably. So you'll hear less rambling from the two of us today.
Woot woot! Oh, I got a lot of rambling to do.
I figured you might. Skippy had a big week.
No, I had a shitty week.
You were open on Sundays.
I was,
and you sold out.
We did do
Sunday save the day,
Sunday save the day,
or save the week.
Well, because what I missed probably caused more problems.
No. All right, Skippy, let's get into your week. And hello, Bubba on TikTok. Welcome.
You'd figure he'd be on the YouTube, but
He gets all over.
Bubba
he's a little social whore.
Is he omnipotent? Isn't that like means he's all over?
I don't know. Is this turning into another Rose Sparks commercial?
I don't know.
All right, Skippy.
All right.
You had a terrible week. Commence.
So I have come to realize the older I get, the worse my memory is. Because it's bad to begin with, and I swear it's just going downhill. So I had a catering gig on Saturday. I also had a Viking festival on Saturday.
Okay.
One of those two, I didn't make it.
I'm hoping it was the Viking festival.
Yes.
Good. Of the two, that's the better to miss.
Yes. So here's the thing. I'm coming to find out that doing 3 things at once, probably not good for my psyche. Probably not good for...
Not without proper staff, correct.
I had staff. Staff was...
For 3 events?
Yes. Honestly, I had staff for 3 events.
Okay.
Staff was not the problem. I was the problem.
I'm going to go back to proper staff so that you don't...
Taylor Swift song? Hi, it's me.
I'm the problem. Yeah. Again, you need to get yourself out of working the business as much as you are, in my opinion.
So what we have
is a failure to communicate.
All through the week, I even printed out the nice lady's invoice. Okay, I'm like, we're good. Of the 3 events I had, so being open at the shop, the Viking Festival, and the catering, do you want to guess which one I wasn't prepared to cook for?
I mean, besides the event you didn't go to,
Well, no, I had everything for that one.
you didn't cook anything for the shop.
No, I definitely cooked for the shop too.
What the hell?
Let's put it this way: I'm traveling to the catering at 3:00, realizing that I forgot to make coleslaw. That's how bad I was. Okay.
I mean, it happens. Coleslaw's quick though. You can mix that up quick.
Oh, I did.
It's not like you didn't have, brisket.
What's going on here? So let's put it this way. So I cooked for the shop. I cooked for I had to put stuff on overnight, and I don't like cooking over there overnight. That's where it's like at 8:00 at night, I'm searching for brisket because I didn't have enough for the catering on Saturday because I only had one for the shop. So anyway, so 8:00 at night, I'm going to search for brisket. Luckily, Meyer had a couple good certified Angus ones.
For how much?
It's $8, $7.99 a pound, I think. $6.99 a pound.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. This was a very expensive lesson. Not to mention, she paid her bill like 3 months ago. This is the lady I had to give a refund to because she dropped her guest count. So now I'm all sorts of messed up because I still had 130 people. I didn't adjust. I just processed a refund. I didn't adjust the guest count.
I'm going to get this question out of the way real quick for you. Hello, Nick. You are missing a heck of a story time if you just joined in. Justin says, do you prep from memory every morning? Have you thought about making a prep sheet?
It's a great question. I'm glad you asked.
Are you going to answer it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do I prep from memory? No, I actually have on my warmer a magnetic dry erase to-do list. The problem is I didn't write down all the shit I had to do. You know why?
Because you're trying to do everything yourself.
No, I was trying to do everything
yourself. Yep. You're trying to do everything yourself.
It's not about doing everything myself.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Because you're trying to be your most worked employee and run a business.
Sorry. I'm getting pissed off by Google ads at the moment.
Oh, I thought you were pissed off at me, which is I'm used to, and I can handle that. But
we're okay with it. Anyway.
I mean, we've talked about it a lot of times. Like, this is the whole reason why I have gotten myself off the truck is because now we're doing 3 weddings at a time and running the trailer. High five.
Hold on. This camera's pretty HD.
I know.
Anyway,
E-meets are awesome, man.
The problem I have is for the Viking Festival, I changed up the menu.
I wouldn't expect anything else. You love to change up your for festivals.
No, I do that once a year for this one.
Wasn't there a Polish festival too?
No, it was a Celtic festival, and I did my own menu. Anyway, back to my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking all the stuff I had to cook, and it's like I didn't plan well on when and how to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing first thing in the morning when I normally got to do shop stuff. I'm trying to think, okay, Viking stuff. I have to leave Viking or for the festival like 8:00 to get there to be able to set up. And I'm like, but then I got to figure out how to put everything else on. You're right. I don't have the staff I need. I don't have that extra person that could stay there and run the smoker for me. You're right. I'm working on that. I'm trying to find somebody.
Well, I mean, it's not just that, but even like the day that we were there, that we came to visit you last week. Was it last week? Week before? I don't know. Oh, a little while ago.
You bombarded me.
We didn't bump. It's not like we brought 40 people there. It was 6 of us.
True, but I was in awe of your presence.
And you were there by yourself. Which I'm not saying you can't do that.
Was that a Thursday?
I think so. That sounds right. Wednesday or Thursday.
So Thursdays are like our worst time. Our worst day ever.
No, it was Wednesday because that's why I was surprised. I was surprised that you were by yourself because you said Thursdays was your slow day. We were there on a Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, just like so that you don't have to manage and do all the things just on a normal day. So that way you can look ahead to Saturday. Okay, what do we have going on? What do we need to do and how are we going to prep it? Trust me, I've been where you are, and we're Friday evening figuring out what we need for our 3-5 open house day the next day.
Yeah.
And I've learned that's not the way to do it. When we have these 3 wedding days or whatever, we start planning Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, we have days this year now that we have 3 weddings going on at the same time, and we're set up somewhere roadside. And it's just all planning. And if you are always working, serving customers, then you don't have time to plan appropriately, in my opinion.
Probably. I mean, I can understand that.
So yeah, I mean, even if you just have somebody just to, take the orders. I mean, you're at the point now where you're doing so much different things at different times that I think you have to have somebody now full time almost, or at least 2 part timers, where you have somebody else in the shop at all times.
I'm working on it.
I know you are. A couple other things.
I don't know what I need. That's my problem. Is I don't have
At this point, yes, anything will help you. Anything to take load off of your plate helps. So even if it's just somebody there to take orders and you can train them to make sandwiches later, but at least to get you from having to go back and forth from the kitchen to the dining room all the time. And you can just focus on what you need to do in the kitchen, even, without having to keep looking out to see if there's customers out there, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
You need to get something off your plate as quickly as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this is the sucky part where now you almost have to hire before the sales are there.
Well, I don't want to be over on, labor is a big thing. I don't want to be, now that I really have to track it, don't.
I know, but is it going to be more harmful to your business not having somebody? It's going to be harder for you to build sales if people are constantly, I don't know, showing up and you're in the back or you're at the smoker getting something off and they have to wait, a few minutes for you to walk up to take their order type of thing.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have. It's like Thursday is because I put meat on during the day. I need somebody there.
Yep. Get to this is great because you're sparking some conversations. Skip. I'm happy.
Sure.
A lot from Justin, which doesn't surprise me. He came from this world too. So you got to get a system of procedure down where you walk in the morning, print out the daily prep sheet, fill it out, turn on your equipment, and get to prep it. You started it. Now that way, whenever you find a right-hand man or woman, you can show them how to do everything so that they don't forget to prep something. Operations. Skippy, you could get a person to do the easier prep stuff and then open your front of house and be a cashier, which is kind of what I'm saying. Anything you can get off your plate at that point is essential. I'm not saying you have to get away from cooking or anything, but yeah, you just need to get something off there. And then Nick says, Skip, can you drop the trailer off and send the product with a worker to set up?
Honestly, that was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
The plan for the Viking Festival was to get there Saturday. But I had a meltdown moment thinking, oh shit, I forgot something. I was going to go drop the trailer. It was there are certain things that I think works out for the like higher. I'm not a religious person, so we're going to keep that off the podcast. But there are times that I think higher powers are at work, and there's reasons why I don't do something. Like last year at this festival, we did like $6,000 in sales.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, I did not do $6,000 in sales. I mean, if you count the invoice that was paid last year, then we were probably pretty close. But it was, like I feel like it. If I tried to get it both done, something would have sacrificed. And the shop is new, and the catering could not sacrifice. So I had to pick one.
Excuse me just for a second, everybody. Payments.
Pay your freaking bill. Oh, sorry. Just messing with you.
Well, no, I have something and it's set up to auto pay, and I went and checked, and I hadn't seen anything pull. So I sent them. So I sent them an email. I said, hey, and even on their system, it shows that there was nothing pulled, and this is a new payment thing for me, because we're trying to build our business credit. So yeah, I sent it, and yeah, it was pulled on 220. I don't think it has, but okay. As long as you guys are saying I'm good. Anyways, yeah, I mean, something's, yeah. So have you talked to any of the trucks that were there?
No.
Okay. So you don't know how they did. I mean, it could have been a ballin' day. And yeah. Nick, I appreciate the heart and the rose. Nick is sending some gifts on TikTok. Oh, what a sweetheart.
He's the only one.
Number one TikTok fan right now, baby.
He's the only one that's actually out there still serving from the food truck. Wintry day.
Hey, it's beautiful out. It was 40 degrees this morning when I woke up.
Yes, as I was sitting in my easy chair for a second, I noticed a big ass icicle outside my window, and there was no dripping. And like 10 minutes later, it was,
Yeah. Yeah, at 4 o'clock this morning when I took the dogs out, I got up, it was 38, and then by 8 o'clock, we were up to 40 already. So the 10-day forecast looks great. We're not going to have a whole lot of snow left after the next few days, I don't think. So I think we have 2 or 3 days that are below 40 for highs over here in the next 10. Bubba says you can't run a restaurant and a trailer without more experience and some solid staffing. And that's, I think, key is the staffing part. And it's okay. You're behind a little bit. But that just means you're going to have to, in my opinion, you're probably going to have to take more chances on staffing instead of waiting for the perfect people. I mean, before we get to May, I mean, you got to be ready to rock and roll when your catering season rolls around, right?
So here's the thing: is I'm not like overly worried about quote unquote the perfect people. Mm-hmm. What I'm worried about is just making sure. I'm just spend my fucking account. Yeah.
We'll get into AdWords in a little bit because Skippy's been playing around with Google AdWords, so he still is playing around with Google AdWords. So it sounds like.
So I just want to make sure that I'm going to get out of this before I start throwing shit.
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Well, there's a button that says fix it, and it doesn't fix it. Anyway, I think those buttons.
You voted improperly the last election. It won't let you know.
Probably. Anyway, yeah, I do want to make sure I get staff in there. I do want to make sure that I get the people that can make a difference. I don't have to be there. I know the one person I have that I think you guys met, Pam, is fantastic, but she only can work, 3 to 7.
Right.
She works next week. Even though she knows she can make more money with me, it's more of I'm not stealing their employees. So let's here we go. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I got to where I needed to be now.
Don't worry, we're just doing a podcast here.
Yeah, no big deal. I would love to hire somebody that's got kitchen experience, but I don't want to look like an idiot that I don't know what I'm doing. If I am asking for somebody who has that experience that can give me like the knowledge. Like I thought the other guy that I thought was going to hire, like he could help me in the with kitchen stuff, and I can help him with barbecue stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be a match made in heaven until he didn't show up on time.
Yeah, I had those thoughts when I it's like, oh, do I ask for somebody that has some kitchen experience? Then, oh no, what if they say, why are you doing it this way, this way, this way? When it's like,
yeah, I know. I should have learned, because that was one of the first things he said is my mac and cheese recipe is fantastic. I'm like, sure it is.
I'll fucking touch mine. Another thing from Justin. He said, it's okay, Skippy. We all have those days. I forgot to dump my waste tank before snow and deep freeze this week. Yeah. I'd get it. Oh boy. Long story short, I had to use Sternos to thaw out my waste tank. I'm going to go buy a heat gun today. Just pay for my travel and room. I'll come up there and get you going, he said.
Well,
do you
I have a 4-bedroom house that my wife is currently out of at the moment, so feel free. Whole downstairs apartment for you. Bed my bills.
Do you guys have a technical school over there, or a trade school?
We have like a career center type thing. Does
it have a food program?
It does. I already thought about it.
Yep. That's where I would probably look, because you're going to get some people that are looking for food experience there. Granted, they're probably not going to be 18, but
I don't want to corrupt them.
I guarantee you, any kitchen they walk into is going to be far more corrupting than your kitchen. So, yeah, I think that's a solid idea, and I've kind of thought about going that route too, to get somebody, either because we have a culinary school in Grand Rapids too. It's not the same level, but I mean, everybody's looking for any kind of experience for when they graduate, so everything helps them. And who knows, maybe you find the person that you have for the next 15 years, so yeah, I would check that out and see if there's any interest there. I imagine you can call the tech center and they can career center or whatever. Jesus Christ.
No, so I looked up our career center. No, I'm looking up right now.
Okay.
And one of the guys that is so looking at the instructors, one of them is he owns a catering company here in town. So I was originally going to reach out to the instructors and say, hey, can I come in for a talk and see if any of your guys or gals want to, do community service hours, or I don't know what it's called. It's not community service, like fucking jail.
Community service. I mean, it'd probably feel like it for him.
Anyway, whatever.
Work cooperative, I've heard that term. Job shadowing. Internships. Paid internships.
Who's gonna pay them?
You. And just remember, there's a whole different set of rules with minors. So breaks and things.
It's like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, anything at 4 hours, they have to have a half-hour break. They can't work more than 4. So, yeah, at least that's what it was when I was doing stuff.
They can skedaddle.
3:45, they can skedaddle. Because you don't want to get in trouble for 4:05.
Yeah, very true.
So,
anyway.
Definitely try to find one person with some experience, but some of the best employees I've had over the years were kids that I hired right out of high school. They didn't have any bad work habits yet. I could mold them from scratch. Fran says internship. Justin says the downside, of course, is that they are teenagers. We have to deal with teenager stuff. Yeah. But, whatever. I'm a parent. I've had teenagers. Teenagers don't scare me anymore.
No, I don't. I think I get along better with kids than I do adult half the time, but
I have fewer expectations out of younger people than I do of older people.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately.
So here's the other thing is I have an older person who's probably in his late 50s, early 60s that wants to come work for me.
Excellent.
Well, I worry about the stair part of things. He's also like 6'.
He's not 160.
No, but he's had medical issues, and I worry about that sort of stuff.
What kind of medical issues?
Um,
Did you have a double leg amputation?
No, heart issues, back issues.
You have 2 steps. You don't have stairs.
4 steps.
You don't have stairs. You have
Basically
steps.
Stairs.
Good God.
Basically, it's stairs.
Skip, I could jump from the bottom all the way to the top.
Not in your current physical.
You want to bet? I'm coming back over there. Are we talking about the inside ones to go up into the kitchen?
Yeah, there's 4.
Oh, I can make that jump. 100%.
That's at least like 2.5 feet.
And?
You have a 24-inch vertical leap?
Yes, I can make that jump.
How much of a running start?
Well, are we okay? How much do you want me to have? From a standstill? No, I'm not making it. Because I can't get the forward momentum to go, because you got to go, at an angle.
Whatever.
All right, when I go back over to Skip's place, we will do this, and we will do it on video.
Yeah,
for the lawsuit. For the lawsuit. Yes, I saw your pooping video.
Deer in the headlights? I didn't even know he'd freaking do it.
Bubba says the problem with hiring culinary students is that they know more than you. And that's not a bad thing necessarily. Having people that elevate your game is never a bad thing. It's if they want to try to change everything that is the bad thing. And then you send them packing.
Can I hide?
Say, if you want to run things that way, get your own place.
And they do, and they open up, and they're much better than you.
Yeah, right next door.
They're much better than you.
Justin is on a roll today, man. This has always seemed the older people that work for me made mistakes that just put themselves in a bad position. The mistakes teenagers made were usually in front of guests or were just so dumb and expensive. So, yeah, you'll be fine, Skip. You just got to get some people in there, and you'll be. I think you'll be good. Yeah.
Sure.
So so the whole patience thing that you posted yesterday for your Sunday post. And by the way, I think you're posting too early. You are posting super early in the morning.
I'm there at 5:00.
I know, but doesn't mean you schedule it. Schedule it for like 7:30.
Oh yeah, I don't schedule it. I just
do it. 5. I'm just worried that I think you'll have better visual if you post just a couple hours later. So still do it when you get there, but then just change it so have it post at 7 or 7:30. That seems to, at least for us, that seems to be the sweet spot for engagement and views. So, or reach rather. The most loyal employee Justin had, he hired at 16. Literally had to teach him how to hold a broom and sweep the floor. It was part of our training at McDonald's, how to sweep and mop.
I mean, if I could clone the person that does work with me, I'd be happier and picking.
You? Oh, Pam.
Is that hard work?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Everybody needs a Pam.
So when you asked a question, then you yelled at me about my posting.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, you had posted, I think it was in your yesterday morning post about patience for what happened the day before. And
so the one thing about Pam is she's an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she works all over the coffee shop, she's not big into customer. She's not customer centric. So as I was going to deliver the catering, I left her in charge. And when I walked out, we were not busy. We had nobody in there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as soon as I pulled out of the parking lot, like 20 people walked in, because that's of course how that always happens. So she calls me as I get done. I said, I'm on the way back. She's like, I know I had this, and this. I'm like, okay, it's okay. Calm down.
Mm-hmm.
So then I get a call from a customer saying that were given the wrong food. And I'm like, I apologize. I'm heading back to the shop right now. Are you able to make it back, or do you want to? We're actually going to be open tomorrow. I'll make it right however I need to. You let me know.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, we'll just come back tomorrow. I said, can you eat what you have now, or will you enjoy it, or do you just, They're like, yeah, we're fine with what we got. I'm like, okay, just come back and I'll give you whatever you ordered tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there, and what people in my life, my barbecue life, don't understand is that when you go to a restaurant, even if it's counter service, you're still
Mm-hmm.
waiting. You're either waiting for them to make it in front of you, like Qdoba or Chipotle,
Subway.
like that,
Mhm.
Subway, or you order and you wait until it's done. Whether you're taking it to go or whether you're sitting down, whatever. You good?
Mhm.
So if on our food truck our wait times are a minute or less, I'm trying to tell people that in a restaurant setting, cafe setting, shop setting, whatever, um, it's okay. If they're waiting
Mhm.
5 minutes, it's okay. It's better to get the order right than to make people upset. If they
Mhm.
have to wait, like it's okay. I'm assuming that they're coming in expecting to wait 5 minutes or so. If they didn't place an order online or didn't place a to-go order over the phone, they're expecting to wait. And I get so many responses of, "Oh, that was really fast," or
Right.
"Can't believe how fast that was." So she had a lot of to-go orders, and she was calling names out, and for some reason somebody came up and she handed the wrong bag to the wrong person. Um, I said, "Okay, what are we out?" She's like, "We're out a half rack of ribs." I said, "Okay, we're out a half rack of ribs." Because the guy's order was actually, she still had the person who. So the person.
Are you out of 4X ribs then too?
No, I said, "What are we out of? Like, what are we out? Like, what did we give away on accident?"
Gotcha.
And it was, she said, a half rack of ribs. I said, "Okay, we lost $10, no big deal, or $15. We're okay."
Yep.
Do you still have his order? I said, she's like, "Yeah, it's in the warmer." I said, "Okay, well, you did a good job putting it in the warmer."
Mhm.
So I text the person. I said, "Hey, we actually have your order. I'll stay open, and if you want to come grab it." Like, "No, we'll just get it tomorrow." So of course I made him a new order tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
yesterday.
You didn't save that same one?
No. So, but that's what I had to tell her. I said, "Hey, it's okay. Like, if you
Mhm.
feel like you're moving too fast where you're going to mess up, take a breath. It's okay. Like, go wash a dish. People will wait. It's okay.
Mhm.
If you got 20 people in line, take all 20 orders and then just go back and pump them out. It's okay. They're going to wait, whether they wait for an order and it's, 2 minutes for you to make it, or whether they place the order and it's 2 minutes for you to make it. They're going to wait."
Mhm.
My wife's the same way. Like, "Oh, we have to have this out fast." No, we don't. They're going to get it faster than they're going to get it anywhere else. Like, it's okay. Like, our ticket times, I think, when our busiest times, we're still 5 minutes or less. So,
Oof. Good for you.
give me oof.
We hit 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, well, we haven't had a 15, 20 minute that I'm aware of that I've counted.
Yeah. When our rail's full and we have a line, yeah, we'll hit 15, 20 minutes. I have to tell Chris to slow down a little bit.
Oh, food truck wise, yes.
Yeah.
That's possible. But
yeah, I mean, from day one, Fran says correct is more important than speed. Yeah, our three metrics are in this order of importance: quality, accuracy, speed.
absolutely.
So quality, if they get the wrong food, fine. I still want it to be good food that they're going to get. And then ideally we'd like them to have the right food.
Yeah,
But,
they get it fast,
I don't care. I don't care if it's the right food, if it sucks, So quality, accuracy, and then speed is third.
So that's why I apologize to people. Just thanks for your patience. We tried something a little bit different,
I thought maybe it was something with the nachos, because just out of context, I was like, well, what did you do for a special yesterday? And then yesterday you did all the specials.
Just because I decided to cook shit. No, it's funny though, because people were asking about nachos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, we don't have any we don't have any soupy cheese. Well, we have a sprinkle cheese. And they're like, okay.
We don't have soupy cheese, just sprinkle cheese.
When I used to go to Taco Bell when I first started going, that's what I used to say is I don't want soupy cheese. Can I have sprinkle cheese? If I got like a burrito or something. So I think like if I'm gonna say nacho cheese, oh well, I mean whatever. So no, people got nachos yesterday with just sprinkle cheese on it. They loved it. Like fucking weird, but okay.
Not melted?
No, I mean, well, melted from the meat, but listen, I don't know.
Right.
They got it and said it was good. We got a 5-star Google review yesterday from a couple that came in from the Hastings area for a local wrestling tournament.
Oh, it's like Hastings is a drive. Way to go, bud. Good pull.
No, they came in for a wrestling tournament and they Googled food and came to us.
Excellent.
The son, they had 2 kids with them. It was a mom and dad and 2 kids. The 2 kids both got wings, and the one kid wanted them extra saucy, so we just dumped them. The other one wanted them dry as dry can be. So I walk over and make sure everything's going okay, because I'm a troll like that. And
no, that's what you should be doing. That's not troll. That's good thing.
I noticed the one kid, it's just got barbecue sauce like all over his face. Looks like the Joker now. And I said, when you're done, I want a picture. And so, of course, like 10 minutes later, I noticed he's got a clean face. He's like, my mom did it. She's like, yeah, but I got the picture for your graduation.
Nick wants to know, Nick with Twisted Street. Skip, did you set up QR codes for self-ordering at the tables?
I did not.
Do you think you will?
I don't know. I could, but I don't know. So did you know this? When you use online ordering through Square, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it comes through as a quote unquote invoice?
Ours doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. It comes through as an order.
I'm telling you. So if you go into your POS system, right, and you have to have an order first.
Okay.
So I look up. Let's say the food truck's out, and the cafe's running, right? You go into your number screen, and you click on like instead of all devices, like you click on this device only. If you do this device only, it will not bring up your online orders.
Correct.
Wherever it is.
Right. Because it wasn't rang up on this device.
But I'll show you. I'll print out a ticket and I'll show you.
Because your online system is a different device.
It said invoice. I mean, it's not invoices like I'm creating an invoice for a catering, but the word invoice was there somewhere. I noticed it.
Yeah, ours just show up right there at the button that says orders.
It does. I'm saying the ticket, something said invoice.
Maybe it said invoice number on it instead of order number.
I'll do the podcast from the cafe next week, and we'll travel over
there. Okay.
We'll do a walkthrough from the shop. Everybody can see it.
Okay, whatever you want, bud. Yeah, I just I am not aware of that. Haven't seen that been done. So, okay. So online ordering is going well. That's all working out for you.
Actually, online ordering is going very well. We probably get about 8 orders a day online. So that brings me to more things to talk about. Unless you want to talk about something.
I mean, we had a good solid 20 minutes. So I'll skip you all the time. This is great content. Keep it going.
So I have been asked by another food truck guy if I'm going to do DoorDash. Okay. Where I'm located is pretty rural. If I do DoorDash and somebody from Jackson, which is call it 20 minutes, half hour away, orders food, it's made right away. We set it to wherever the DoorDasher picks it up. So it's going to take, assuming there's not a dasher in our little village, it'll probably take a dasher 30 minutes to get there, probably 30 minutes to drop it off. So we got an hour time.
I don't know how it works, so I'm not 100% positive. If someone that does DoorDash or receives those orders can chime in. But I'm going to assume there is some sort of estimated arrival time for the driver
Potentially.
when you get an order.
Should I be worried about quality? Knowing that I have to up my prices to pay for DoorDash.
So yeah, I have mixed feelings on the whole thing because it does cost more. I think I think the assumption is that your quality of food is not going to be as great when you order through the delivery services, because you don't know how many stops that guy's making or how many orders he's picking up in between. I would definitely limit the number of items I offer on said service. So I'm not going to do nachos. Okay.
They're going to be soggy when you get there.
Yeah. So you can kind of loaded mac. It's a great travel food.
Mm-hmm.
No problem at all. So you can kind of play with that, have you had a sandwich in a container on your table for a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then gone back to it? Ever?
Yeah.
So you kind of,
that bottom bun is horrible.
Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of know what happens.
No matter what bread you use, I mean, that bottom bun is just going to soak up whatever juices, I'm hoping Nick chimes in because I think he uses DoorDash.
Yeah, he said Square Delivery uses DoorDash. Wait to finish order when its pickup time is coming.
So, all right.
I read that verbatim. So.
All right, so I looked into Square Delivery.
Mm-hmm.
They charge one fee. You don't get commission, or you don't have to pay the DoorDash commission. So you can basically, it's like a pizza guy. When you go to do your order, it says pick up or delivery.
Right.
So they pick a delivery, and then you can set your mileage, where people go, or how far they can go out. But when you go in, you have to set up your prep time. And so mine's set up as no prep time. So I don't know if Square Delivery, if they do when do you want it, if they'll be able to pick a time that the online or the pickup version will allow.
I think it's just so if it's something that takes 45 minutes to make for whatever reason, like normal restaurants, whatever. So the driver knows how long they have to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can kind of plan the thing. I think if you put in 5 minutes, then that's what I would probably do is all my prep, all my creation time is 15 minutes.
See, I can't change mine because if I do the prep is either that or I'm not understanding it right. Well,
okay.
I'll go into it, but it's anyway. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, so I would just up those because it doesn't affect anything else.
Square moves stuff too.
Yes, they do.
Did you get the invite from Square Insiders?
For what?
Square Insiders.
I think I'm already in. I've been in it forever.
Oh, okay.
I know I've been a part of some beta stuff in the past that I've gotten features that were ahead of schedule or whatever.
I got accepted, and I've got $600 in free credit card processing.
Oh, nice. Fran says, could you do deconstructed sandwiches if that is possible? And then Justin says, at Captain D's, Uber and DoorDash were integrated into our POS system. Excuse me. Some drivers wouldn't come get the order until they were told it was ready when we cleared it from our system.
Yeah, what does that do?
So that means you got food just waiting.
Yeah, and I don't.
And that's where we've had really hesitation. That and
I don't want to know. I don't want to risk a bad review.
Yeah.
Just from that,
And then it's the whole for us because we move so much. We move twice a day. The logistics of making sure that those addresses are correct for wherever we're at. That's been our biggest stop. That's if we get into this brick and mortar, then we will do all of that stuff only solely out of that building. We wouldn't do it off the truck. If you want something DoorDash or whatever, you got to go. It's got to be picked up from the physical location.
And do you think it's worth it as far as so would you offer DoorDash or would you just look at certain items DoorDash?
We would definitely take certain items off. Like our Dorachos wouldn't be on there, of course. But other than that, we probably do just about everything, I would think. But I live in a much more metro area than you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Justin says, but if people will DoorDash seafood, which they did a lot, they will definitely DoorDash barbecue. And I think barbecue has 100 times better, holds 100 times better than seafood. Justin says he would do it. I was stationary or had a shop 100%. I mean, I guess that was supposed to be, I would do it if I was stationary or had a shop. So, yeah. Once we get to that point, we'll definitely do that stuff out of that space. But I think I'm going to hold off on the truck and doing it as we're moving. I think it could help pull in some business, but at the same time, just to manage that, as we're moving throughout the day, could be something that I don't want to have that headache. I have a hard enough time managing changing the website every day for our location and special for the day on that little pop-up. So, and now I got the phone system to also do that on. So yeah, my admin stuff in the morning, plus doing my prep stuff. I also need to get that stuff off so that way I can do some more of the other stuff.
So you remember one of the problems I was telling you about the online system where we couldn't figure out how to get rid of ingredients or how to track ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally figured out how to mark something as sold out. So like, I know I have a whole bunch of different brisket options.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just go to the word brisket and mark it as sold out. I have to find everything that's got brisket in it.
Correct.
So in the barbecue plates, I set up modifiers where they, for a 2-meat plate, they choose one meat, then they choose a second meat.
Right.
So in the modifier, I can mark it as not available or sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Go through each modifier and mark them all sold out. And then all I would then have to go into is like the brisket sandwich. I can mark all those sold out.
But you have to still do them individually.
If the modifiers, I can do it as one.
Right. But so that just takes care of your plates. Or are you doing your loadeds as modifiers too? Instead of two separate items.
So I'm doing loaded as a category, and then
but like your loaded mac is an item, and then do you have a modifier in it for brisket or pork?
It's a modifier.
That's what I just said, and you said no. It's a modifier. Okay.
The loaded mac is the item. The meat is the modifier.
Correct. That's right. Yeah.
Correct.
At first, you said category.
Whatever. Well, loaded mac is the category.
They're all things.
Loaded is the hold on. Is the category. Loaded mac is inside the category, and then the meat is modifier.
You are so confusing. So you have loaded mac as a category and an item.
Yes.
Okay.
It's got to report to something.
Why don't you just do loaded, and then you can, when you do your nachos, would be and also under the category of loaded.
So that's okay.
That's what I'm just asking. Okay, that's fine. I was just trying to figure out because you were using this two different terms for the same thing.
Anyway,
which makes it hard for me to follow.
Before I did all this, I actually wanted to create 3 categories: brisket, pork, and chicken, and put everything as a modifier.
I'm going through now and cleaning up modifiers because we used to do that. So with meals and stuff, like before you could bundle things together, which is now a feature in the system.
Yes.
So I would have a sandwich, and then you could do add-on or add. So it was like piglet meal was the item, and then underneath had all the modifiers for the sides and the drinks and stuff, and it was chaos. So I just go through and deleted all of those. Nick says modifiers mark all items with that name sold out. Put your meats as modifiers, which is great until you get to sandwiches and stuff. So, yeah. So yeah, so when we run out of brisket, it is a pain in the ass to go through and mark everything, because we did our loaded macs are 2 separate items. So we have loaded mac pork, loaded mac brisket, and then the category for that is just loadeds. And that way, when we pull items, so like our item reports, the two are separated instead of having the one and then you got to open up blow it up to see.
Did you ever go through and see how many tons of mac and cheese you did last year?
How many tons?
No, we talked about it. We talked about it at the beginning of this or beginning of 2024 on how many tons of mac and cheese we did.
Yeah, I would have to go through and do the math because we don't sell ours by weight. But I have a good idea. Like I know average weight of a small and large and loaded. So
if you overcook your noodles for mac and cheese, do you throw them away?
They would have to be overcooked, like way overcooked.
Okay. I didn't. What I was telling people, I thought they might have been over because the shape of said noodle got a little bit. When they're overcooked, they'll get a little more squishy or flatter.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling people, I said, hey, when they ordered mac, I want to be honest with you, it's really good, but I think the noodles might be a smidge overcooked. They're like, we're okay with that.
I mean, for as fast as you can do noodles in your shop, I mean, it's not.
What are you talking about? It's like 45 minutes.
I thought you were boiling water in like 2 seconds.
That was in the trailer.
Oh.
Yeah, with 80,000 BTU burner would have been great.
Why didn't you do it?
Why didn't I put gas in it? Cuz. The answer to life's questions, Josh. Cuz.
Nick says, you guys have 20 different sandwiches and they sell like crazy.
Yeah. Well, so that's the next thing.
Mine do.
March 1st, new menu.
Jesus Christ.
No, so here's the issue.
No more sandwiches.
No, we're still doing sandwiches. I will just probably combine them as in and I will probably do a post of like fan favorites, but basically allow people to make their own. Put the toppings in there and they can add their own toppings to it. And I'll put something here. Here's how to make the PB&J. Here's how to order it, or here's how to do those. Because going through our whole what has sold over this month, like four, maybe 5 sandwiches out of the freaking 15 we have are selling.
Mm-hmm.
I've sold more salads than I have like some of these sandwiches. So yes, we're gonna put a salad on the menu for that specifically.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like some of the online or the Uber Eats and stuff makes it easier to mark stuff sold out as a whole. So.
Well, they can do your menu for you.
Yep.
You can send them your menu and they'll upload it for you, which could be nice.
For those of you late to the show today, we are cutting it a little bit short. I have to be on the east side of Lansing at 11:30, so 10:15 at the latest. We're out here. So I still want people to get all huffy puffy with us when we cut it short today.
Send all your hate mail to joshhance@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's actually Josh.Hance, but the periods don't matter. Did you know that? The dots in an email address don't matter.
Okay. Well,
they don't. They're not recognized.
I'm glad you went there with that.
I know because there is somebody that is trying to use joshhance@gmail.com. I am on. So there was a contractor in Wisconsin or Minnesota. I was getting quotes for him.
Minnesota.
Construction quotes.
Ooh.
And I had to reply back saying, hey, this confidential information you're sending me is not for me. And now I am on a email group for medical insurance stuff, like providers. And they're talking about stuff like that. I'm like, I've tried to get off. I can't get it off of it. So there are some very successful Josh Hanses out there in the world. I hope to join their ranks someday.
Can you guess what my top item sale is?
Platters.
I mean, that's the top category.
Oh, God.
Barbecue plates, yes. The two meat plate is our top selling category. Number 2 ribs.
Excellent.
3 wings that we do once a week.
Nick says, just make your different sandwiches modifiers of one sandwich. No, thank you. God, you people. It doesn't bother me that much. Like, we run out of brisket, we got to mark off like 8 things. Whatever. It's not a huge deal.
So I thought about that.
It annoys me more when we have to add them back in the next day because we forget until we open and someone orders one.
Here, maybe they put it. Hold on. Maybe they put a new feature in. When you mark something as sold out, you can actually mark a time and a date that it comes back.
Ooh.
Yes. So
it would be better if it just automatically did it at the end of the day.
It's right. It's 2 extra clicks. Settle the fuck down.
But when you're doing 8 items with people in line,
I like the idea of the modifiers because you can do pulled pork sandwiches and then your different sandwiches. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the way it does it in the report sense. So your top selling items would just be pork sandwich.
Correct.
And then you can break down the modifiers. If I am I'm so OCD with my reports though, that I want them to be as easy to read and easy to find the information I want, that I'll take the inconvenience of marking multiple things off. Or we could just make more food and not sell out.
Pulled pork sandwich is number 4.
Which modifier?
It's regular. Just a regular old classic meat in a bun.
Excellent.
And then a 1 meat plate's number
5. Well, good, Skippy. I'll share this one little snippet with you real quick. Let's see if I can get to. Hold on. There, and let me get to there. Since we're almost out of time, I'll Skippy all the time.
I appreciate it, Joshua. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, shit. Why did that go? Oh, there we go. Had to find the right bar. Share screen. And
do you do your pop as a modifier? Like which type of pop?
No, we have them all separate.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
There was something right about there.
There's something there, and that went away. Yeah. So we took
a camera.
Took those that were available and the senior members of the management team over to see the potential spot. No major concerns.
Isn't that you? Senior members of the management team, isn't that you?
We have 4 people. It was me and 3 other people.
Pam come?
No. She's not a senior member of management.
She was just a senior member.
She does not help the quorum.
I believe she keeps the quorum in line.
Probably. No major concerns. I am concerned about your memory because we did this like 3 weeks ago.
Did we really? Oh.
Yes. We had a whole talk about $2 bills.
I like the back thing.
Yeah, me too. No, anyways, a letter of intent is being drafted by the realtor. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what goes. We'll get first right of refusal on anything because we won't take. We have to wait for June for funding to get 3 months of good sales in there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Still a couple other hurdles to clear since I have to personally guarantee the lease. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So we might have to have a few of us owners on there to satisfy whatever requirements are there for whatever, but we'll see. I'm not concerned that we won't make the lease. The lease is still right around what we were paying monthly for the trailer. So worst case, things will just be tight on the truck. So base lease. I mean,
I get it.
Yeah. What?
No, I understand.
You look confused.
No, I was like,
Oh, so, yep, it'll be. Justin says, I'm going to let you guys make all the mistakes on your brick and mortar before I even think about mine. Skippy has been thinking about a brick and mortar 2 seconds after he opened his truck.
it's not.
This
It's
was
not.
always in the timeline for me. So,
He's following me.
oh my God. Yeah, I don't worry. I'll let Skippy know how to fix his place after I get mine rolling.
Tell me about it.
So yep, it'll carry the same name. We thought about, I thought about maybe switching the name for that, so there was a distinguished, a difference between the two. But it'll carry the name. We're actually going to move the Sweet Rex Smoking Butts LLC out of that. Get moved underneath the parent company. That will be an S corp. Hance Hospitality and Entertainment. So yeah, all things coming. Looking forward to hitting that entertainment aspect of our business at some point. So yeah, yep, we are getting all official, which means we're gonna have a board listed. For an S corp, you have to have a listed board, which means at this point, I can be voted out of power of my own company. Damn it. They can't take my shares away, but I can be voted out of power.
How do I buy shares?
Son of a bitch.
How can I get a majority of voting rights?
Well, for a small price of $250,000.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
That was our last appraisal from Expedia for the business as our value.
Do they know how much you paid for that trailer?
It was less than that. It's paid off. It is paid off. That's all that matters.
Yay.
Was that last year that got paid off?
Yes.
I think so. God, what a fiasco. It seems longer than that.
I hope you don't enter into any other bad deals.
Justin says, although we were at Opry Mills Mall in Nashville and there was a spot open in the food court, and I seriously paused and had a thought or two. That's how it starts.
Then you turned around. Drove far
You looked
away.
up on your phone how much the lease was.
I think my lease for what I have is very affordable.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got the sweetheart, but my area again is a little bit more metro. Yeah, a little bit more metro.
There's 1,850 something people, I think, because somebody had twins the other day. So yeah.
That location has about 55,000 cars a day driving by.
So okay. Food for thought for our next episode. How are you gonna get those cars to stop? Because that's what I'm.
It doesn't matter to me. For that, I have smaller concerns about that. This is not anything that comes inside is bonus for us. So for us, it's about expanding our catering and expanding what we can do on the truck. So
Are you gonna hope that smoker goes inside there?
It will go inside there. There's no hope it's going inside there.
It fits sideways.
Sideways.
Like it fits through the door.
Yeah, it's got a double door. It was so the double door that was there was an old roll-up door, and then they just sealed it off. But yeah, I think it's 7-foot door, 6-7 foot door. It will fit in there. Don't worry, it'll get in there.
It's gonna.
Well, I'll get a couple of guys. We can kind of tilt it diagonal and slide it right through.
Yeah, we tried that with the. Didn't work all the time.
How tall? Those aren't that tall though.
No, I think your height is fine.
Yeah, I think they're meant to go through a door as long as it's wide enough.
As long as you can take the door off.
But yeah, it's a double door, so we have full width of 2 doors. Nick, the lease on that is $34 a month, $3,400 a month. And then I think we're at Yeah, 34 a month, and that includes the CAM, so common area maintenance, so parking lot, sidewalks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're at 34 a month. Not too bad. I figured as long as we can at 30,000 in sales just inside, that we are making money there. So not much, but it's making money. So, but really, I just need enough just to cover the lease, and I'll be happy, because we'll be able to add on so much more for catering, and then through the winter we'll be able to add on so much more. So it's the next step. Whatever direction we needed to go, that was the next step. So we can't add a second trailer without this space. We can't do any of the other things. Now, that's not saying I'm not hoping that we're not having every seat in that place full during lunch and dinner hours, because that'd be ideal. But while we're budgeting and planning, that is not part of the budget and plan. So,
True.
You know, it's what's the minimum we have to do to make this work. And really $600-700 a day in sales, and we're okay. We're alive. So, and I think we can do that there. It's pretty centralized to a lot of the service area that we normally do for the truck. It'll be interesting to see what kind of pull that has away from truck sales at that point. So,
yeah, and I think you're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I'm not too concerned about it. Planning on doing the majority of the reno ourselves. Luckily, it was already a restaurant. Most of the gas and the water, all the gas is where it needs to be. The vent hood is where it needs to be for functional purposes. So
that's all included.
Yeah, whatever's there is ours. So
I didn't know you didn't specify what was already there.
Nothing. Nothing. They gutted the kitchen. So there is a hard gas line. There's 2 hard gas lines that they left because why take them out? And then there's 2 hand wash sinks with the other water lines. So the water lines are where we would put water lines. All the electrical's good. They're going to make sure it's all in working condition. But what we would need for licensed work is very minimum. Yeah. But the vent's still there in the roof and it works. So, but the hood's cheap. Relatively. Yeah. We got about $6,000 in the budget for that. Yeah. So total, we're right about 55-ish. So to get to open. And some of that's high. I know some of it's high, but that keeps in mind the unexpected stuff. So
yeah, you'd rather have high than low.
Yep. So yeah, that's we're looking forward to doing that, and that was my week. I guess I've been doing some scheduling, and I'm doing. I haven't done this in a while, so I want to do it again to see the difference in how stuff turns out. But doing a pork butt and a brisket in stainless steel pans with a wire rack. I want to get to less braising because when we do them in pans, this is the liquid. I want to get to less braising. See if we get a little bit better bark on the bottom sides of those. What are you shaking your head for?
Those wire racks are going to suck to clean.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. Yeah, the boys are going to hate me.
They suck.
Yeah, but I'd rather do that, I think, than just do them in the bottoms of those stainless steel pans, because I think, yeah, we'll see how it works out. For competitions, we cooked everything. Well, all our ribs were done on those racks, and they were a pain in the ass to cook or clean. But yeah, I mean, we'll have a small dishwasher in the hard space, which should make it easier. But yeah, $2,000 though we're going to save on disposable pans a year. Meanwhile, so we go from that, and it's like, okay, I don't mind spending that money, but what can we spend it on that's better for the customer? So if we can get a better product food wise without having the disposable aluminum pans, and then we can redistribute that money to something customer facing. So I found handled paper bags that will hold our 9x9s and a 9x6 side by side.
Send me those.
Okay.
I hate the plastic.
I mean, a plastic bag is 2 cents a piece versus these are 33 cents a piece. Yeah.
So the other thing we thought about was non-branded pizza boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
for like platters and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a rubber stamp, and we're going to stamp all our paper bags this year too.
That's what I thought about. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
a rubber stamp on TikTok the other day.
So yeah, I'm all for. So we'll redistribute that money for a little bit more pop and a little bit more nice on the customer facing stuff. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I got 3 cases of those bags coming, and I got the one, and I put all our boxes in there, all in one bag, and I sent Chris a picture, and he couldn't believe that everything fit in so nicely. So yeah, instead of our plastic bags, and we can fit probably 5 9x9s in there comfortably, 4 comfortably, versus having to use 3 paper or plastic bags where someone's carrying. They rip, the handles are all rippy, and yeah. So as long as I can get the boys not to waste a whole bunch, I'll keep plastic bags on board for when they take leftovers home. But
I always hope for the best.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We're going to wrap this up so I can get going. We should be back next Monday, I would imagine. I don't foresee any problems for next Monday at 9:00. Thank you for listening.
I have catering this week.
Don't forget about it. I like to find out how many people you hired this week, Skippy. And we look forward to talking about that. Here's to good sales. Nick, good luck on your sales this week. I know you're still cooking. Everybody else that's still rolling on their food trucks all winter. Spring is right around the corner. I can see grass in my backyard again for the first time in a month. So awesome. All right, everybody. Have a good day. See ya.
Bye.
And good job, Skippy.